Good evening, everyone. Start of the council meeting for Monday, February 9th. I would ask that everyone stands for a moment of silence and pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Just a quick introduction. I'll go around the table. Starting from my left, Mr. Phil Worsta, Township Engineer. Deb McBreen's our Executive Secretary. Councilman Wenzel, myself, Councilman Tokmajian, Councilman Sloan to my right, Councilman Knowles next to him, Mayor DiGirolamo, and then Mr. Paizo and Mr. Ferris over there on the right-hand side, representing Paizo Rudolph. And then also, I should also add that we do have our secondary solicitor, Mr. Flagger. Mr. Paizo, is there any, real quick, can you please announce executive session?
Yes, the record and the minutes should reflect that council met in executive session immediately prior to this evening's meeting for approximately 30 minutes. Present for the executive session were the 4 members of council present this evening, the mayor, Mr. Ferris, and Mr. Worsta. One matter was discussed, and that was a matter of pending litigation. No official action was taken during the executive session, and no official action will be required this evening as a result of that executive session.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paizo. Just one further announcement. Mr. Kisselbeck is improving. He did notify me that he will not be able to attend this evening, but is in good spirits and in hopes that he'll be at the next meeting. Yep. Agenda number 3, any public comment, please note that's limited to agenda items only. Okay. All right, hearing and seeing none, I'll move to agenda number 4, the approval of council minutes for November 24th, December 8th, and January 5th. Gentlemen? Have you had a chance to review the minutes? Any changes and or corrections?
Can we do all 3 of these together, or do we do them individually?
They can all be done together if that's your preference, yes.
Okay, so we have November 24th, December 8th, and January 5th. I looked over especially the 24th and the 8th, and I didn't see any needed corrections. Okay, and January 5th also, I would agree, doesn't need any corrections that I saw. Does anybody else have any corrections, at least on the January 5th one, that you guys were present?
None that I was able to identify on that one.
Okay. So all in favor?
Someone want to put a motion up, please?
I'm sorry. I'll make a motion, since I was here for the first 2, I'll make a motion for that we approve the 24th of November, December 8th, 2025, both 2025, and then the new minutes we're accepting of January 5th, 2026, as presented.
I need a second.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
Any against or abstain? Okay. Deb, they're good to record. Okay. We're going to move to agenda number 5, consideration of a resolution authorizing the acceptance of a municipal grant program contract awarded to the RDA of Bucks County in the amount of $118,900 regarding the Bucks County Police Chiefs Association of Records Management System. Mr. Chakowski, is this going to be you? Oh, there you go.
I'm over here. Hi, how are you? Thank you so much, Council President, members of council. As you may be aware, for a number of years we have requested money from the Redevelopment Authority for a record management software program, which encompasses 39 police departments within Bucks County, allows them to cross-share data utilizing one records management software. The Redevelopment Authority grant has been able to fund this program. This year's allotment is for $118,900 and was approved, so the resolution is just in front of you to accept the grant. It also identifies the mayor and myself as signers on the grant for submission of quarterly reports and stuff like that.
Any questions?
Is there a township match, or is this all
Nope.
fully funded?
Yeah, it's the part of the grant, the casino rebate that the Redevelopment Authority gets. So there is no township portion whatsoever. So this grant covers the software cost as well as the storage cost for the software.
Okay.
And in the case of this grant, as well as the next two that you'll be dealing with, as Mr. Chakowski said, the funds that fund this are monies from the casinos. These are host monies that are distributed by statute, and in this case are administered by the RDA for various projects throughout the county. So the process that the RDA has employed since the program began is the applications are submitted typically in November.
Yes.
They're approved by the RDA. Once approved, they then require these administration contracts. So you're now being asked to essentially close the loop by approving the contracts for the administration and issuance of the grants that were applied for and approved during 2025.
Thank you. Councilman Wenzel, did you have something?
Yeah, is this just a one-time software, or is this something we'd have to
It's
renew
an
every
annual
year?
software. It's an annual software agreement, and then the storage for the data that goes along with that software company.
And we apply for this grant every year for
We
this
do.
process? All right,
Yeah.
perfect.
And we apply for it on behalf of all the Police Chief Association for all of Bucks County. So we're the hosting, but it applies for multiple municipalities.
Okay, that's good.
Like the same things for TAG, it's coming up to.
Tag is the
Yeah.
same, yes.
Okay. Any further questions? If not, I'd ask for a motion to be put on the floor.
I'll make a motion that we approve the resolution to accept the Municipal Grant Program Contract in the amount of $118,900 for the Bucks County Police Chiefs Association of Records Management System.
Need a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Any questions or comments on the motion? Ask all in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Okay, any against? Okay, it's approved. Thank you very much. John, next one, consideration of a resolution authorizing the acceptance of a municipal grant program contract awarded by the RDA, again, in the amount of $175,000 regarding our TAG program.
Yeah, so same program that we applied for with the records management is what we apply for with the TAG program. Again, multi-municipality throughout Bucks County. Each municipality that does participate in the program does have an annual fee that they pay as well. $5,000 if you're a township, $3,000 if you're a borough. Yeah, that's it. So on top of the grant program, there's also a contribution from each township that contributes or participates with the program. The program consists of obviously graffiti removal. That is the original intent of the Towns Against Graffiti program that was instituted by the township. But also allocated in this is trash pickup, which we were able to start utilizing last year. So now our graffiti contractor will identify areas that need to be picked up from trash, whether it's on a state highway or a township road or something like that, and they will now pick up the trash as well. The trash comes back to the township, and then we allocate dumpster removal through the program as well.
Have we seen what areas are probably the most, I hate to use the word blighted, but affected? And I would assume that it's 95 or one of the Turnpike, all which
Yeah.
pass through Bensalem.
They are the worst, as well as our rail lines.
Okay.
So 95 and the Turnpike's not as bad, but 95 is very difficult. However, through assistance with PennDOT, state police, our own police, we have done removal on 95. But usually what we do is, depending on the scenario, is how far we can go with it.
Okay. And how much have we spent last year on the program?
So last year, actually past couple years, last 2 years, we have not dipped into any of the reserves that the fund has, that the program has generated. The grant program itself has been able to fund the program completely. The year prior, about 3 years ago, we had to purchase a new power washer equipment for him, which was a rather large purchase. And between the program expenses and the power, we had to dip into reserves. But it's always good that we have those reserves if we need to purchase a new vehicle for him or whatever the scenario is.
That also, that all the municipalities pay into this.
Yeah.
So it's not just this.
Oh, no, I'm aware, but it does say that if the funds are not expended or the project is not substantially completed by December 31st, the funding will revert back to the authority.
Yeah, we spend it all.
We spend it all.
We contact we keep in touch with the contractor throughout the year and let him know where he stands to say, hey, do you need any new equipment? You have an excess of funds because there hasn't been as many calls. Do you need a new power washer? Do you need it serviced? Do you need hoses? Whatever the scenario is. So we do keep in touch with him that we've never returned any funds for the program to make sure that we utilize all the funds.
Okay, I'd be more interested, instead of paying for new equipment that may not be needed, to making sure that we're picking up all the trash. If that's a new
When I
function
say
of
new
this
equipment,
grant-
it's the equipment that he uses to run the program.
I completely understand.
And I'm not, you know
I
what I
also
mean, like-
recognize that, like, hey, I've got an extra X many thousands of dollars, I'm gonna use it or lose it. I
Sure.
know how, government spending works. My issue here is that we got a lot of trash that has to be picked up, so I'd rather focus any potentially additional funds
We do.
on trash pickup and cleaning up.
That is the
community.
number one priority of all of it.
Okay.
As we get towards the end of the year, when the weather breaks down and stuff, we then talk about equipment or.
Yeah, okay, gotcha, thank you.
But
And-
there is
sorry,
a
real
theory,
quick.
there is a theory with graffiti though, that, if you remove it, it's less likely to come back. I don't want to
Yes.
challenge anybody, but that's been a good thing. We've cleaned it up and we don't have to put up with it. You let it sit there for too long and all of a sudden it becomes like like an art museum or something,
And the one thing I do want to put out there is that if any resident has any graffiti that appears on their own personal fence, we will come out and take care of that as well. So the information for the tag program can be found on our website. So.
Thank you.
Any additional questions? Okay. If council so chooses, just looking for a motion to accept and approve.
I'll make a motion that we approve the resolution to accept the Municipal Grant Program Contract in the amount of $175,000 regarding Towns Against Graffiti.
And need a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Call the votes. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Okay. Any against? Okay. That's approved. And move to agenda number 7, consideration of resolution authorizing the acceptance of a municipal grant program contract awarded by the RDA in the amount of $21,150 regarding Bensalem EMS Department, the ORION program. Mr. Chakowski.
Yes, sir. So this was a request by the rescue squad as a sub-grantee. The township submitted on their behalf. They are looking to start a new program that will service not just Bensalem, but different areas in Bucks County, in which they can actually transport live plasma to sites and be able to do a blood transfusion on site should an individual need it. This cost of this program, the $21,150, is strictly for the equipment. So the refrigerator to house the plasma, as well as the equipment to transport it in the vehicles. The program will basically run, I believe it's Monday through Friday, and it is not 24/7 because a supervisor will be the one carrying the plasma with them, but it will be an expanded number of hours. They will also run it in the stroke truck if need be. If there's not a supervisor out on the road, they will transport it through in the stroke truck.
Any questions? Let me correct myself. I believe it's Orion.
Orion, yes, it
Orion,
is.
yes.
It's all
Okay,
good.
Okay.
No, this sounds like an awesome program. Where do the donations for the plasma come from?
So
Do they work with the Red Cross,
the
or-
rescue squad has worked out a program with Jefferson Hospital. So the plasma will come through Jefferson.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, Jefferson tends to get it from the American Red Cross.
Yeah.
Because I happen to be a blood donor, thank you, I just passed 14 gallons.
There you
So
go.
someone might get mine, be a plus. But anyway, yeah, they actually track it on my website. It tells you where it goes.
Oh.
So it'll say it goes to Jefferson, goes to Pottstown, goes to different areas. So it's interesting, like when you actually give it, actually does do that. And then Jefferson would have it and then be able to do what they wanted to do with it, I would think.
Another great service for EMS, that's for sure. Gentlemen, if you so choose, need a motion to accept and approve.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve the resolution authorizing the acceptance of the Municipal Grant Program Contract in the amount of $21,150 regarding Bensalem EMS Department ORION program.
Ryan, second? Anyone?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, call the votes, all in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
any against? Okay, it's approved.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Yep,
Thank you.
Have a great night.
thanks, Mr. Skowski, appreciate it. Going to move to agenda number 8, consideration of a resolution for Act Number 537, PA Sewage Facilities Act for an upcoming new land development of a parcel of land identified as 3743, 3805, and 3825 Hulmeville Road. Mr. Pizzo, is this something that you can speak to?
Certainly. The resolution before you is for the 3 parcels of land that are across from the Bensalem Library that are the future home of the Bensalem Masjid. The resolution in front of you is the Act 537 resolution. As part of the development process for that site, the applicant is required to assure that sufficient sewage conveyance and treatment capacity exists in the respective systems of the Bucks County Water and Sewer Authority and the Philadelphia Water Department. That process includes an application for an amendment of the township's sewage facilities plan, or the Act 537 plan. So what's required of you this evening, or what's being asked of you this evening, is to approve the resolution that would authorize an amendment to the township's Act 537 plan and provide for the connection into the township's sewer facilities for the new mosque that would be constructed on the subject property. As you will see in the supporting documents, the Bucks County Water and Sewer Authority has already reviewed it and has certified that sufficient capacity exists in their conveyance and treatment facilities. DEP does, however, require that the township approve the amendment to the 537 plan as well. The resolution before you is in a form required by the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection and is in a form acceptable for your consideration and approval this evening.
And I believe these planning modules also come through Bucks County Planning Commission too as well.
I'm sure they are at least reviewed by them,
Yep.
yes.
Yep, okay. Okay, any questions regarding this planning module? Okay, if council need a motion to accept and approve this Act 537.
I'll make a motion to accept the resolution Act 537, PA Sewage Facility Act, plan for revision for 3743, 3805, and 3825 Hulmeville Road.
I need a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Call the votes. All in favor, vote aye.
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 Any against? Okay, and that's approved. Unanimous. Okay. All right, going to move to agenda number 9, the consideration of a minor land development for the applicant, Creative Architectural Metals, located at 1642 Woodhaven Drive. sir. Oh, yeah. So, Mr. Mead, just give us a sec while the solicitor makes sure that,
What's that?
just give us a sec while they're looking through the notifications that you sent out. Yep.
The notices appear to be in order. I should note for the record that the notices went out for the hearing dated January 26. As council is aware, due to the snow emergency, your meeting that evening was canceled. So the public was advised that anyone who would have come here this evening for business scheduled to be heard on January 26. They were told that it would be heard by council this evening at your meeting of February 9th.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so everything appears to be in order.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Mead, Rob? Okay. Yeah, did you have anything or present anything or?
No, I'm just, I submitted my drawings, everything, you should have everything.
Got it. Okay. All right. Yep.
Okay.
Do you want to just stay there real quick? If you don't, just if you don't mind, just hang in there for a minute, just in
Sure.
case there's any questions from council?
Okay.
Okay. I'll put it to the council too. Good, Mr. Flay?
Sir, hi. You're expanding your business, 4,000 square feet.
Yes.
You're also, according to the plans, you're going to increase the sewer capacity to make up for the fact that it was never considered when you did the gravel driveway was never
Yeah.
considered. So this rectifies that situation.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes,
Okay. Would you like to tell council anything else about the project? Just,
it's just mainly for storage, we don't have enough space right now.
okay. And what are you going to be storing there?
We manufacture custom metal products.
Okay. Is this going to provide additional employment for residents in the township or in the area? You're going to have to hire more, you're going to have to hire more people with the expansion?
Possibly, it depends, everything changes.
Okay, thank you. Council, have any questions?
So I'm taking a look here. I've got the letter from WK2 Engineers Consultants dated December 22nd, and there are a number of items that were identified as requirements. And Mr. Worsted, you want to kind of discuss a little bit?
Thank you, Mr. Sloan. Mr. Mead, many of the question or the responses associated with the letters that have been sent to you are with regard to stormwater and rectifying all the things that we have listed within the township engineer's letter.
Okay,
Those include things like the stormwater calculations, what you're going to build specifically. Every one of these things has some issues. Curb and sidewalk relief you'd be asking for. There's also the issuance of HDPE pipe in lieu of concrete pipe, which is a township ordinance and requires a waiver. So there's things on every one of our lists that are not compliant. And I've spoken with some of the council people with regard to that, and we have to make sure that you're going to comply with everything within our letters, including the fire marshal and the police department with regard to their comments as well. They all have to be will complies.
okay,
And that has to be done to the satisfaction of the township engineer and to the police department and the fire department, as well as council,
Right.
with regard to moving forward with that. It's not usual to have nothing really completed. So I think with regard to at least the perspective that we talked about, that as long as you're okay with that and you're willing to accept it as to the satisfaction of each one of these entities, it'd be my opinion, I defer to the solicitor, that it would be okay to act on this and approve it based upon the existing, it's an existing business within the township, expanding their business, which is a good thing in this economy, and perhaps adding some jobs, so.
So do we have a, do we, you go ahead, Mr.
Yeah, where did they get, I mean, I understand it's just an addition, it seems to be off the back of the property, it's 3,000 square feet, which it's not a lot for a warehouse. It did say that there could be fees involved, like he's saying he may not have additional employees, so we don't know whether we need to charge him for, a fee for, or he just agrees if he has. When would he determine whether he had new employees or not? If he doesn't know now.
Well, that's one of the questions that has to be asked that was in our letter, that he has to determine if there's going to be any employees.
Right.
If there are going to be any employees, they have to be peak hour employees, meaning they're not, night shift would not count toward an impact fee. It would be someone that is going in and out of work
Right.
on a typical day, Monday through Thursday.
But if he's saying it's just used for storage, it may not be additional
Then at that
employees.
point, we have to all make a decision. Now, this goes in front of the impact fee committee, who makes the determination associated with that.
Okay.
Generally, they follow those same guidelines that they're going to look to that.
Now, if the stormwater wasn't done, how did they calculate the chart that's
They only
provided?
did a portion of that chart. They still have to do.
They didn't do either 10 and 25, 50,
They didn't do
100.
the higher storm ratings. So they're going to do they have to do those ratings, show us the results of that sort of thing. We have to verify that. And then you'll see in our chart that we have under proposed change, we're always looking for negative numbers. That's reducing the
Yeah,
runoff that we
and
have
so
now.
5 years they did, but then they stopped.
But
Yeah.
then they stopped.
Yeah.
Now, it is a small piece of property and that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And they're rectifying a gravel lot as well with regard to this stormwater management problem, but they still have to do it. So it's really a question of.
Did an
coming
engineer
back.
do the first 5 years and then stop? I mean, who did this? Like, who did the?
I
year
called
2
your
and 5?
engineer today, or your landscape architect,
Right.
Mike Gladnick.
Right.
And I hadn't had a return call. It was to let him know the same thing, that.
Okay, but
that
I just
needs
didn't
some-
know because he doesn't have anybody with him. I didn't even
Right.
know if he had an engineer, So I just want to make sure that he has an engineer that fills
Yes.
this out.
No, they have the capabilities of getting this out.
Okay,
It's just not specifically normal.
but you think under normal circumstances, this is early, but think it's a small addition, it's in the back of its property, that we would be able to, if we chose to do this, we'd be able to approve it conditioned upon the township's approval for the engineering and,
It's a trust but
Storm.
verify issue for council.
okay.
I mean, and I appreciate that, Mr. Worst, but I mean, typically, looking at prior plans, we would see a list of the variances and waivers, so we would know exactly what we were approving. So those ones that you notated just a few minutes ago, are they all inclusive of all the ones that's going to be involved in this approval, or is, we don't quite know yet?
This was not complete.
Okay.
It should, and all candor should probably not have been, other than it being a business person within the township, it's not ready for council.
So then,
Besides the curbs, I'm sorry. I didn't mean-
that's all right, go ahead. No.
But besides the curbs and sidewalks, right? He did them in lieu of, because I don't think there's curbs and there's sidewalks back there, right? There's not sidewalks going to be put in the front of a building for a rear addition, right?
No, but as you.
He can pay in lieu of for
They
that.
pay fee in lieu of for that. The HDPE pipe, they would need a waiver for that. They
But
should.
don't we always waiver that? Don't,
But they didn't request.
they didn't request it, okay, but we always.
No waivers were requested.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
So we pointed out, there's waivers on each one of the, or there's there's something to do with each one of our comments. That is not normal.
Okay, that's fine.
So-
I understand, but that piping thing we normally do, if they ask for it, we normally do.
And we generally give them a waiver, so.
Okay, that's
so
up to you. If
that's
it's not ready,
likely-
it's not ready. It's up to you guys.
Right, it's not, but,
So, Mr. Pizzo, if we were to table this, would the applicant be required,
Go ahead.
to notify again? If you were to table it to a date certain, if you were, the question would go to the applicant, how much time does he think he needs to accomplish all of the things that need to be accomplished? You could then table this hearing, a continuation of this hearing to a date certain of a future council meeting, and he would not have to re-notify the neighboring properties. If you were to just table this indefinitely until everything that needs to be accomplished is accomplished, then at whatever point in time it's ready to come back, the neighboring property owners would have to be re-notified. I would point out, Mr. Flagler, how many neighboring property owners are there? Only three or four.
4 or 5, yeah, the most.
Mr. Sloan, were you going to add something?
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like there's another iteration that has to go down here with your engineer and the township engineer. And it's not that I think any of us have, and, well, I'll speak for myself. I don't have a problem with the notion of the addition, but there's a lot of questions here just as far as making sure it meets the code requirements. There's things like fire lanes. The sidewalks I see as less of an issue. Stormwater management is a big one. I mean, you're a business owner down there, you know how bad stormwater management is along State Road. That's one of the things that we care about the most, I think. And we just want to make sure that this is a project that's not going to negatively impact that. It will only positively impact that.
You tell me what you need, and I'll get it for you. I want to do it by the book. I'm not trying to go around anything by any means.
I don't think we're inferring that, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, I want to make that clear. Yeah, well, we just want to make sure, I mean, we're a governmental body that's going to approve a plan, we just want to make sure that we have a complete package before we make that decision. And I guess the question then I'd like to pose is, would you be able to work with Mr. Wurst to come back to, I would suspect, probably the first meeting in March, which would be March 9th. That would essentially give you 30 days to rectify all of the items here on this plan. And Mr.
Sure.
Wurst, do you, in your professional?
I'll give him my card, and he can call me, and we could get it done
Yeah,
quickly.
I'll get it done.
I mean, look, we can say February 23rd, but I feel like that's a little tight. It's completely up to you, but I want to make sure we do a date certain, so this way he doesn't have to re-notify.
Well, I don't know where they are with their storm calculations, so, we generally won't do that for the applicant.
Understood.
Right.
But other than that,
But if we found somebody to do the first 10 years, he should be able to find somebody to do the other ones, right?
Yeah.
You would think, right?
I have a question, too. Do you have an attorney that's working with you on the project, or just an engineer?
Just an engineer.
Okay. Yeah, because your engineer and our engineer
Okay.
have to work this out.
So when do you need it by?
So
as
we'll.
soon as you get to us, we'll get it out, and then
Yeah.
it's.
So what we'll do is, my suggestion to council, it's up to the gentleman up here, but
What was the date, Ed?
I was going to make a recommendation that we table it to a date certain of March 9th, the first meeting in March.
Okay, I don't think this is a requirement. Sometimes it'd be better maybe if you had somebody here that knew the answers to some of the questions. So maybe your engineer might
I'll
want to
have the
come with you the
engineer
next
next time.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he'd be able to answer some of the questions people have, where you run your business, you probably do very well for what you do, but for the engineering questions, you really should have an engineer, I would think.
Okay. I'm good.
Okay.
Mr. Wurst, is March 9th going to be enough time, or do we want to give it a
I
little
think
bit
so.
more time?
I think that'd be fine.
Okay.
All right?
If it's not, as that date approaches, the applicant and Mr. Wurst can determine if more time's needed, they can let Debbie know, and we can have it placed on the agenda purely to be tabled forward to a subsequent date.
Got it.
Save everyone from coming out unnecessarily.
Give them a shot to get it done without sending notices.
That works.
If they get this done relatively quickly, they can request it to be moved up, right? No?
No, once you make the motion, that date.
Once you make the motion for that date.
That's fine. I just wanted to
I-
give
I
them the,
don't
I
think
just
you-
wanted to give them the opportunity if it
I
got
don't
done
think he's going
earlier.
to be able to
he
get
can
it. I don't think he's going to be able,
It's a lot.
we're in the middle, tomorrow's the 10th already. He's never going to be able to get it done in 2 weeks.
And
Okay.
it's really going to be about a week and a half. That way we
Right.
have the information to get it on the agenda, so,
We can look at it.
yeah.
Gentlemen, I need a motion.
I'll make a motion that we table agenda item 9, the minor land development plan for 1642 Woodhaven Drive, to a date certain of March 9th.
Thank you very much. I need a second, please.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Any questions, comments on the motion? Okay. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay. Unanimous, we'll move it and table it, Mr. May, to March 9th for that meeting, okay?
Okay.
And
Thank
then,
you.
And it will save all your paperwork for the March 9th meeting.
Thank you, sir.
okay. Now we're going to move to agenda number 10, which is going to be inclusive of a number of escrow releases. Sorry. Consider. Yep, agenda number 10, yep. Okay. So 10A, escrow release for Faith Unity. It's release number 5, located on Richland Road in the amount of $8,500. Who's going to take this? Mr. Pizzo?
You want to take this?
Yep.
The escrow releases, those are
Yes.
usually Mr. Worst's.
Oh, okay, sorry, Phil.
That's it.
He's working hard tonight, so he's not used to it.
Thanks, Mr. Knoll.
Mr. Worst would be better equipped.
No, every council meeting, generally, there's an escrow release associated with developments within the township. And as the contractors and the developers get done a certain amount of work, they will issue a request for an escrow release where the township's inspectors will go out and make sure something, all the required things are done that he's asking for, or he or she are asking for a release for. And we will take a look at that and make sure it's legit and approve that escrow release, or we will approve part of it because some of the asphalt or something is not to our liking, that sort of thing. So that happens frequently with these escrow releases. In front of you tonight, we have 6 escrow releases, and in no particular order, in particular order, therefore, the Faith Unity, which is over on Galloway and Richelieu Road. They have a small one. Then 700 Bristol Pike, which is an active land development under construction. The next one is TIC Associates. There's 2 there. They came in separately, so that's why there's 2 phases for each one of those. Those also have escrow releases as well. TIC Properties is the warehouse over in Somerton. The next one is the 2500 State Road. That's a small one that's closing up. That's right across from the Goblet. And the next one is, or on the same side as the Goblet, I should say. And the next one is the Federation Housing, also in Somerton, and they're whittling down their escrow as well. Within your packet is a determination of all the amounts associated with that, including the past releases as well as what is being released, requested today, what we are suggesting be approved, and they'll also be on the back page. It'll tell you the type of release that they're looking for. It might be for landscaping, it could be for street striping and signing, it could be for multiple things. Generally, the thing that holds us up at this point, at this time of year, not related to this, is the weather, and landscaping is put off until you can plan. So that's where we are. We could go over each one at a time, or based upon that, we could take it.
Yep, gentlemen, I think we'll do this individually, just in case there's any questions on each one. For Mr. Worcester, I'll start out. With the first one for Faith Unity, they haven't even started the build, correct?
No, this is for all their underground work, because they had to close things up because of some issues that they were having. So they closed out the first phase of the they're closing out the first phase of the project, which is generally underground work and underground storage facilities and things like that.
So this is just specific for the underground. So is there a separate escrow for the build itself?
They don't have, they have to come back for, I believe I'm not sure, but I think they have to come back with new escrow associated with the new plan. The plan was.
I remember we approved that plan.
Yes. So there'll be another look at the escrow. I don't know if there's any associated with phase 2 or not right now.
Okay, so that would fall in phase 2 then?
That's correct. The project was approved as an entire development. Council also allowed it to be developed in phases, phase 1 being the installation of all of the infrastructure. That was going to allow the masjid, in this case Faith Unity, to do fundraising for the construction of the new mosque. And so the developer's agreement is just, at this point, covering all of the phase 1 activity. When they're ready to commence with construction of the structure itself, new escrows will be put in place to cover all of the public improvements associated with that.
Got it. Thank you for clarifying that, Mr. Pizzo. One last question before I turn it over to the council members. That, Mr. Worst, I know we had a lot of issues with this in terms of water management with this property.
Yes.
You know, it leaves amount of $4,000 remaining. I mean, are you confident that all of the water management has been rectified?
This has been, until they build, yes. Until they build something, yes. And we've been in coordination with PennDOT as well associated with this project.
And from what I understand, it runs along Rich Slough and hits that pipe that runs underneath Rich Slough. And the runoff was creating too much water when it was hitting that pipe, and then it was creating issues on Rich Slough Road.
Well, yes, that was, and at the same time, they had to redo their whole stormwater management system because the previous one did not work.
Yep.
So they had to kind of dig it up and do it a different way. So they've had their hardships associated.
No, I understand that. Yep, I
So
get it.
I think a lot of the water issues were from the first one, it didn't work.
Right.
And then it got around that it wasn't working.
Got it, yep.
And then they had to completely redo a new system.
Exactly.
And this is the new system that's been inspected
And the improvements that have been completed so far then
Yes.
are satisfactory?
Yes,
Thank you.
stringently.
Thank you. Any other questions?
What's the 4,000 for landscaping stuff or something, or?
That
say
was
what it
my
is?
question as well.
Say what's left?
Outlet structure and fire hydrant.
Okay.
Have they not,
Yeah,
have those not
still
been
is.
done at all?
Well, they have $4,000 left. It says one has not been installed.
The hydrant,
Has not been installed.
which, I mean, I've got problems with that, but, recognize that we're not releasing the funds. I think I'm more concerned that they applied for a release of the escrow without even doing the work. Regarding the outlet structure, it says holding until modifications are completed. What modifications for that?
Generally, though, they didn't realize, most of the time, they don't realize what they're missing until we tell them
Yeah.
what they're missing at the time, so that's why that happened.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm sorry, the rest of your question?
The outlet structure modifications, what exactly is required there?
I'm looking at my footnotes. The holding unit modifications are completed. So
No, it says holding until modifications are completed.
holding until modifications are completed.
So what modifications are?
I'm not quite sure.
Any other questions on this? Gentlemen, your pleasure on how you want to proceed with this one? If you want to approve this, I need a motion. If you prefer to table it so we get more definitive answers, I'm okay with that as well.
Well, I mean, we're
there's-
not releasing funds on that line item, so I think that's fine that we're holding it back.
Okay. All right. Need a motion on the floor?
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the release for $8,500, leaving the remaining amount, $4,000, as audited by the Finance Department for Faith Unity, Richelieu Road, Bensalem Township for Phase 1 only. And I make a motion that we approve.
Okay, need a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all vote, all in favor, vote aye. Aye. Any against? Okay,
Mr. President?
Yes.
I will find out what that modification is and get back to you.
please, thank you.
Thank you.
In general, Phil, just so we know, because there are people, I don't mean Mr. Wenzel's, new, but when you have a lot left, like on the next one, there's $976,000 left.
Yeah.
Okay, so not only do we check that what we're releasing is done, we also check that there's enough money to complete what's left. And normally, it's not $4,500, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. So the engineer that goes out and checks this not only checks that the work was complete that we're releasing for, but also that the funds are sufficient to cover what's left. Is that generally correct?
That's correct. I believe we have in the past noted that in our motion.
Okay, yep.
I didn't think of that.
Well, I put what was left, but I didn't put what,
No, that
I put order to-
subject to the,
audit by the
Which
finance.
which Mr. Knoll had
I
said.
did do that. I did
It's
say
on here.
that.
Yep,
I did say that.
yep,
Yep.
okay.
Okay.
All right, we're going to move to 10B, another escrow release. Release number 1 for 700 Bristol Pike for Bristol Commons. Mr. Worsta? Anything additional on this? Any questions, comments, or concerns from council?
Which one is this? Do you know, Phil?
700.
Yeah.
This is down on Bristol Pike.
Yeah.
This is the site in front of the.
In front of the storage center where the Andalusia
front of
Drive
the-
is?
Where the Andalusia Drive-In
Yep.
used to be, yes.
Yep.
I've got a couple questions. Let's see, line item 2, supervision and project management. There's a portion that's recommended here for release. The note at the bottom says holding percentage due to amount of construction that has been completed. How is that calculated?
This is done by our superintendent out there, Quentin, and generally it's a check on what he feels is that should be released and not released. He's usually very stringent associated with that, and errs on the side of not releasing, but I don't know what that specifically is. And I'm going to ask those questions of all these.
Okay.
So you're relying on the site superintendent to tell you whether he feels that he's complete?
No, Quentin.
Well, it's Quentin works for us.
Works for us? Okay,
Yeah.
all right, I have to make sure. I was like, wait a second.
He's our superintendent. that goes
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I just wanted to confirm.
Footnote 4 says, line items to be checked once area is accessible. Installation was underway previously, but they're all recommended for the full release. Well, yeah, but, so they're recommended for the full release, but they need to be checked. So why release the funds if they still need to be checked?
That's footnote 2 as well. 2 and 4.
Yeah.
For 700 Bristol Pike?
Yeah, he's saying
Yep,
on the last
700,
page.
Yep.
On the
Did you
last
notice
page.
on, Phil, on number 9,
I don't know if that's in reference to,
there's
Money
footnotes
he's
that are marked
released.
for number 9, for number 10, and for number 11.
9 through 14.
Yeah, well, 12 and 13 do note a lower amount being recommended, which makes sense based off the footnote, but there's footnotes for
well, yeah, but
2
he
and
he has number 4, for instance, it says rock construction entrance, and it says
No,
5237.
there's no note on that. Where the items that are marked with footnote number 4. So under storm sewer, it's line item 10, line item 11, line item 14. It says these line items need to
Oh,
be
okay, I
checked
see,
once
I'm
the
sorry.
area is
Yeah, yeah,
accessible. So if they still need to be checked, I don't
Why are we
understand
doing
why.
this?
I don't feel that that's comfortable. I'm not comfortable releasing that. They still need to be checked. That's a lot of
Yeah,
questions, comments, and concerns.
and that's over $100,000 of the escrow release right there.
I always got him in these parentheses.
Mr. Worcester, would you prefer we table this one?
Yes, I was looking at a previous one, I apologize.
Unless we don't have an
Oh, yeah, this
updated
one was
copy.
revised.
No, I
No.
have, Mr. McBreen handed me the updated copy, and
Okay.
that's not, they're not the same,
No, they're not the same, you're right.
so, and I apologize for that, but yes, I think we should table that till,
Yeah, you find out what he's talking about,
Investigation,
because we can't look at it because of the snow or something, then he should wait till the snow's done.
Yeah,
well,
but,
yeah, we don't escrow something with a footnote,
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
or don't release it.
All right, so do we need a,
Gentlemen, I need a motion to table 10B.
I'll make a motion that we table agenda item 10B for escrow release number 1 for 700 Bristol Pike.
okay, I'll second that motion.
Okay, take the vote. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Okay, any against? Okay, it's unanimous. Okay, we'll table that, Phil. It was 10B. Oh, Phil, sorry to clarify that motion. You want to put it on the next agenda for February 23rd?
I'll have an answer for that, yes.
Move to agenda 10C, TIC Associates, to release number 3 for the amount of $88,329.65. Council, any questions, concerns with this one? Okay, Phil, I actually had a question on this one. How many phases? It would be nice to know, like, for example, on the Faith Unity, it would be nice to have it listed, to know how many phases that project is going to be, only because I'm assuming there's multiple phases on TIC Associates as well?
Yes,
Okay. Is it just 2 phases for this one? And is this similar to Faith Unity, where this is a release of Phase 1?
There's 2 separate line items, or 2 separate agenda items that we're dealing with. We've got,
Right, yep, so that was my question. How many phases of this project is there?
there's 2 for TIC. There's 1 for Federation Housing.
okay.
And 2,500 was 1 phase. So
No, wait, so
phase,
TIC is,
10C and 10D.
right, yep.
There's 2
So
separate.
that's 2
yeah,
phases.
and those were because after they built the first one, they made changes, and that was associated with the second one.
So there was additional escrow that was picked up for Phase 2? Okay. Got it. Council, any questions?
Okay, but we're doing just phase 1 first, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Okay, it seems like you held some here, so I don't know. Do you see any problems with this first phase 1 release, Phil?
No.
Looks like all that's left is some striping and a little bit of contingency associated with that, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I need a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion that we approve release number 3, TIC Associates Phase 1, in the amount of $88,329.65, subject to audit by the Finance Department.
I need a second.
I'll second it.
All right. Call a vote. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Any against? And that's unanimous. Thank you. We're going to move to the second phase for TIC, releasing $279,750.20. Phil, did you have anything else to add on this? And council, any questions?
No, this, I mean, it looks like this is mostly landscaping that's being withheld.
Right.
A couple of little stuff, but again, probably just waiting till spring at this point, so.
Okay.
Okay. Need a motion to accept and approve this one as well, please.
I'll make a motion to accept the escrow release number 3 for TIC Associates Phase 2, 4626 Somerton Road, in the amount of $279,750.20, leaving a remaining balance of $100,000 to complete the other items, as audited by the Finance Department.
You need a second, please.
I'll second.
Okay. Take the vote. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Any against? That's unanimous as well. Move to E, release number 4 for 2500 State Road Holdings. Any questions from council on this one?
You have two addresses, are they adjacent tax parcels?
Yes, that's the,
It's the, where Broken Goblet is.
what's the,
Yeah, up the road,
I'm trying to think of the fellow's name, and he has the one out parcel that is toward Imperial Court.
Yeah, isn't that like way in the back there?
Yeah.
Yes, and it's like a little cutout associated with it.
It's a warehouse that's back there for that, right?
It's Grossi's.
Rossi?
But I can't recall the specifics of that extra piece, but that's part of that jumbled deck back there.
Okay.
But are the parcels adjacent, or, I guess I'm confused because it's two addresses, and I'm not sure that we've seen something like this before, where there's a single escrow release for two separate addresses.
They are adjacent parcels
Okay.
that are being handled under a single land development plan. It's just happenstance that one has a state road address and one has an address on Imperial Court. That's
Okay.
corner
And
property.
their tax ID numbers.
This is all part of
right
the
next to each
Rossi
other.
Steel property.
Yeah, okay,
Got it.
thank you.
Any additional questions? Okay. Need a motion to accept and approve?
I'll make a motion that we approve escrow release number 4 for 2500 State Road Holdings LLC, 2500 State Road and 625 Imperial Court, the amount of $40,923.88, subject to audit by the Finance Department.
And a second, please?
I'll second.
Okay. Call the vote. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay, that one's approved, unanimous. Last escrow release, it's going to be 10F, Federation Housing. It's under release number 9, located at 4695 Somerton Road, in the amount of $123,963.70. Council, any questions?
Phil, this is the senior housing. right?
Yes.
Yes.
And it's mostly landscaping and the contingencies. I'll point out that you talked about the number of escrows and that sort of thing. These are done when the applicant asks for them. And they were very diligent. When something was done, they wanted an escrow release. So within reason, we would try to accommodate them and get their money back.
Okay, so what left is sufficient to cover what's they
Yes,
have to do.
landscaping
100,000,
and
yeah.
contingencies.
This has been going on for a long time. It's like complete almost, right?
Yeah.
Phil, no water management issues down there?
No, they did a tremendous amount of stormwater down there and dug pretty deep for the new building.
Yeah, because they're two identical buildings that
Yes,
sit next to each other,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty nice, actually.
And I know it's kind of angled up, the new building sits higher, so I wanted to make sure that there's no water issues that's being created
Yeah.
now for the current
Yeah,
building that was
it's
there.
and if you haven't been there, you should get a tour. It's a great.
Yeah, we actually, yep. Yeah, I did. We went through one of the units just to see them, yep. Okay. Need a motion to accept and approve?
And I'll make a motion that we approve release number 9, Federation Housing, located at 4695 Somerton Road, in the amount of $123,963.70, subject to audit by the Finance Department.
Need a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I'll call the vote. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Any against? That's approved unanimous. Agenda number 11, request for waiver of curbs and sidewalk installation, subject to payment and fee in lieu of request for Mr. Snyder, located at 4423 Master Avenue. Mr. Worcester, was there anything you wanted to add on this?
No, this was a request from Quentin from our office back to me, and he's recommending that we don't give the request for the curb, but we do for the sidewalk. And we have a number of $14,850 to be paid to the township for that. This is from, and again, from December of '25.
Got it. So the waiver is just for the sidewalk, not for the curb?
Yes.
Okay, got it, okay. And that's simply, partly also is because that area does not have sidewalks.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Well-
the next street down does, but this, where it's on the corner property there, I was checking it out, and I guess this is a new construction. It's a small lot for a new house there.
Yeah.
But there's nothing on that block of Master, and Lincolnia is the other cross street there, and there's no sidewalks there either.
No, I looked as well.
So-
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
So we have to change this to request for sidewalks, or we're going to approve, it says sidewalks and curbs, right?
Well, he's
Well, we're-
requested,
Right.
I think, both, but the recommendation from the engineer is only to approve the waiver for the sidewalks, not the curb, correct? Mr.
Correct.
Russell?
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay.
okay. Need a motion on the floor, please?
I'll make a motion that we we approve the request for waiver of sidewalk installation, but not of curbs. Instead, require that a fee in lieu of, in the amount of $14,850 should be paid to the township for the sidewalk waiver.
Thank you. I need a second.
I'll second it. So the curbs, I just want to clarify, the curbs will be installed, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, any against? It's been approved. Thank you. Last agenda item, number 12, consideration and public hearing on an ordinance amending Chapter 225, based off vehicles and traffic. This is an addition of a stop sign located at Amwell and Judson Drive. Mr. Pizzo, do you have this one?
I do, Mr. Tagmajian. The administration has received numerous complaints about cars speeding on Amwell Street in the area of Judson Drive. As a result, the Township Traffic Safety Department, headed up by Officer Muller, who's with us this evening, conducted a traffic evaluation and determined that approximately 70% of the vehicles using the roadway are traveling above the posted speed limit of 25 miles an hour, and that the configuration of the road as a long, straight roadway creates a situation for vehicles to travel faster than the speed limit. As a result, it's his recommendation to the mayor and the mayor's recommendation to you that 2 stop signs be installed along Amwell Street at Judson Drive. There currently is a stop sign on Judson coming into Amwell. If you approve the ordinance and the recommendations of the traffic safety officer and the administration, stop signs will be installed on Amwell both in the eastbound and westbound directions, creating a 3-way intersection controlled by stop signs in all directions. The ordinance is in a form acceptable for your consideration this evening. It has been properly advertised in the Bucks County Courier-Times. The proof of advertising is attached, and it's, again, in a form acceptable for your consideration and action this evening.
Any question I had this, the person's here helps, but Judson and Amwell intersect at 2 locations, right? Amwell goes in, Judson comes in on the right, and then you go down, and then you can make another right on. So is this the first intersection? The second one, the bottom one? Okay, all right. Okay, the lower intersection, Judson and Amwell, right, okay.
Correct.
Okay.
So one other quick question. On some previous action that we've taken with installing stop signs, there were times when we put stop sign ahead to forewarn vehicular traffic. Is that something that's also being considered? Okay.
I'm curious, once the stop sign gets installed for something like this, and you've done the traffic study, is there a follow-up traffic study that takes place after some kind of, let's say, learning curve for the residents, to kind of check to see if it's working or not? Yes, it's always. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions from council?
For viewers who might not have heard Officer Muller's answer, the answer is yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, if council so chooses, I need a motion on the floor to approve.
I will make a motion that we approve the ordinance amending Chapter 225 Vehicles and Traffic, Article 2 Traffic Regulations, Section 6, Appendix A, to allow for the installation of stop signs at the intersection of Amwell Street and Judson Drive.
Thank you. Need a second.
I'll second.
Okay, call the vote. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any against? It's been approved unanimous. Thanks for the work you did there. Okay. Okay. Would you move to agenda number 13? Any public comment? No. Seeing and hearing none, I'll move to agenda number 14. Any other business from council? I'll go around the room. Mr. Worsted.
No, sir.
Okay. Deb? Okay.
No, thank you.
Okay, that was quick. Mr. Sloan.
I want to wish Councilman Kissel back a speedy recovery. Hope he feels better, and looking forward to being able to sit with him up here again in a couple of weeks, hopefully. But I also really want to thank the Public Works Department of the township. This was a brutal, brutal snow and ice storm. I think they did a phenomenal job. I was stranded out of state, and so was dealing with, down in the south where they don't even own salt trucks. And we got hit hard with ice. So, the cities were completely shut down. But kudos to the Public Works Department here, keeping everybody safe. And it looks like there's a thaw, maybe tomorrow. So hopefully some of this will start to melt a little bit. But just
Spring, tomorrow's spring.
I just hope everybody stays warm and safe. So, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Knowles.
Yes, kudos to that comment. They did a tremendous job with the snow. I've seen other areas that were a lot worse, not out of state, but even locally, a lot worse. I also wanted to mention, before our next meeting on the 17th is the Chinese New Year. It's the Lunar New Year. They call it the Chinese New Year. It's actually the Lunar New Year for most Asian communities. It's Gong Hei Fai Choi is in Chinese, wish you a Happy New Year.
Chew.
I'm not angry. I got my face pre-cancer, so I don't want people thinking I'm red and angry all night. You know what I mean? But I put some things on to prevent cancer. People should do that. Go to your dermatologist, especially if you're Irish, and make sure that your skin's okay. But that's all I got. Thank you.
All right, will do. Thank you, Mr. Knowles. Mr. Pizzo, Ken?
Nothing further. Good evening, everyone.
Okay. I just also wanted to reiterate, look, this is the first time in many, many years that we've seen this kind of storm here in Bensalem, and Public Works did a phenomenal job as far as getting out there and trying to handle it. So also thanks to all of our public safety too as well. Police, fire, and EMS. I mean, I know we had some emergency during those storms too as well, so job well done.
Can I one more thing?
Go
I
ahead.
did forget.
Yeah.
Coming up, there is the Bensalem ice hockey team has a championship game. It's the first time apparently they've ever been in a championship game, so there's no time or date yet, but just look out for it coming up. It's Bensalem versus Quakertown, so it should be something
Now,
very
is that part of
exciting.
the Flyers Cup, do you know, or is that part of?
I don't know exactly.
Bucks
I've been
County?
following it because
Yeah.
it's first time like this has ever happened apparently in Bensalem, so it's a
Yeah.
good opportunity for the people to go out if the
Great.
game's local.
Thank you.
Great.
Final thing real quick. You're talking about the weather. I know there are folks out there that are struggling with heating bills. So just for everyone's benefit, you can reach out to different governmental agencies from Bucks County, utility assistance through Bucks County Opportunity Council. There are a number of point of contacts across the county if you are needing assistance. Visit Bucks County Government's assistance page for additional information. In addition, the state also offers some different programs, one called Low-Income LHEAP, Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. Applications are available from December 3rd to April 10th, 2026. And then there's another program, Dollar Energy Fund Programs, which is a Pennsylvania hardship program. Applicants must usually apply for LHEAP first, LHEAP, okay. And then there's also utility-sponsored customer assistance programs. Reach out to your utility provider as well. They can provide some assistance. Dial 211 or visit PA Navigate for referrals to energy bill aid and local assistance agencies. I thought maybe that would be useful and helpful for some folks.
Quick 30-second commercial. Although the golf course is obviously not open for play, the Owl's Nest remains open during this time of year. They're serving lunch. They're open for happy hour. And their menu, I believe, you can see on the website. So feel free to stop by, even though the golf isn't being played.
All right, good point. Thanks, Mr. Pizzo. I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Okay, we're adjourned. Thank you.